Hello friends, welcome back to Bloodborne. We're back in Yargul, and by back in, for you, back in for me, of course, because I was out getting more blood vials, while you guys are just staying here in Yargul. It's like I never left. We're gonna go fight Parl, we're gonna beat Parl, we're gonna loot Yargul, and then we're gonna continue on, I guess. Because apparently this game just ramps up in difficulty really quickly. I don't know. I can't remember how quickly this game goes. I mean, obviously the combat's pretty fast. You never really do that much damage to the big old beasts until you break them down or hit them in the face or something. That's where you get your big old dabblage. But Parl is just being annoying. He won't stay still. And I can't reach his body to hit him. So I have to hit his legs, but he just won't stay still. Whenever I think I'm near his legs, I'm not. And whenever I get near his legs, he just runs away. It's like, dude, stay still. I don't even know how I got a visceral attack on him, but wherever. Big damage on Parl. Wail on his leg. While he's recharging. Die, Parl. Good. Thank you. Christ. That was a lot harder than it should have been. I got the Spark Hunter badge, which I don't actually know what that does. Like, it genuinely escapes me what the Spark Hunter badge does. Anyway, we're gonna go open this big old door and then make our return to Yargul. And then continue on, I guess. I don't know. Old Yarnam. I'm gonna come up here and kill the lycanthropes for more blood vials, because blood vials are kinda useful. I kinda like those. Those are pretty nice to have in abundance. Because really the early game struggle, especially when you're kinda rusty like I am, and used to being able to spam healing from playing so much Dark Souls, because, you know, Estus Flasks recharge. Oh, these guys give Bloodstone shards? Yeah, man. Dude, literally the best. Oh, where the hell did you find Phillips come from? Whatever then. I guess we'll return to the Hunter stream and level up. My main concern is not damage, because I clearly do plenty of damage, and your main source of damage comes from upgrading your weapon, not your strength, even though I level up strength quite a bit. I want to get it to level 40, because these three stats are literally the only stats I care about. But for now, I'll just upgrade health and stamina. Because, you know. Hello. My desire is to level up, please. Thank you. I'm gonna get stamina to 30. I'm gonna just focus down stamina to get it up to 40 as quickly as possible. We're gonna make a return actually to the Grand Cathedral. So we've killed Parl. We'll return to Yargul. Anyway. We're gonna go over here to kill these dudes, the hunters that are over there that I said I'd come back to later. But I want to kill now, because, you know, why not? My health and stamina are looking pretty decent. Stamina's looking good. Because your weapon doesn't take that much stamina to swing. Especially if you're using the saw cleaver. The main downside of the saw cleaver is that it has a very short range. But hey, that's fine. I'll take short range and faster attacks over longer range and much, much, much slower attacks. Like when I say those attacks are slow, the axe is so slow. And when you're playing a game that requires you to be quick and snappy, you gotta be able to keep up with it, you know? I mean, I'm not saying the axe is a bad weapon, I'm just saying it's not for me. And it makes it harder for me to keep up with the speed of the game. Why am I up here? Is there an item up here or something that I need? Whatever, I'll drop down. Hello, fellas. There are two of them. But, since I'm fighting one over here alone, missed my visceral attack too. Hunters can be hard, but these guys aren't too bad if you separate them. They're pretty annoying if they're together. Like if they fight together, then they're hard. But if you separate them, they're not bad, especially because they're very early. I mean, new players would definitely be struggling with these dudes, especially because they'd probably see the first guy or aggro them both at the same time. God damn, why does that guy do so much damage with that gun? Melee me, you coward. My god, this guy's annoying. Stop shooting me. Oh my god. All he's doing is going for visceral attacks on me, which is annoying. Oh my god. I hate this guy. He'll shoot you a whole bunch while the other guy's fighting you as well, which makes him even more annoying. And his dumbass gun he just spams gun attacks at you. He just shoots you a whole bunch, and then when you try and get in close, he shoots you more. Like, why did they think that this was a good thing to do? Make an enemy that just spams gun, just constantly shoots, and when you get near, he dodges away or shoots you more. He's just eating up all of my blood vials, dude. Screw off. Thanks for wasting all my blood vials, you jackass. Prick. I'm gonna spam gun. I'm gonna just shoot in this game only. Well, that was kind of rude. Hello there. Thanks for the bloodstone shard, friend. Yay, I killed him. What doesn't sit right with me is the fact I'm probably going to use a good portion of those echoes to replace all the blood vials I just had to use, killing that annoying gun spammer. Yay! I love having to spend my hard-earned blood echoes buying back health. Buying back my health regeneration. Because I had to deal with an enemy that just constantly spammed shooting at me. It's almost like you're not meant to do that. Or not meant to do it. Christ. It's almost like that's an annoying mechanic in a game that's based on getting in close and doing melee attacks. Gee whiz. Who would have thought that a mechanic would be annoying? That an NPC who fights at range in this game. Oh my god. Go away, fat ass. Dude, screw off. I'm just trying to... Oh my god, This game's being annoying. This game definitely is way more annoying than Dark Souls, because it has a lot more annoying enemies that just won't leave you alone. I mean, Dark Souls has that problem too of enemies that just won't go away. Like, I'm running from them. They should just drop it and leave, you know? Like, you'd think they'd get uninterested in you eventually. By eventually, I mean, like, as soon as you start running, you'd think they'd just be like, oh, whatever, and go away, you know? But no, enemies in both these games, in both Dark Souls and Bloodborne, just don't leave you alone. Never. They'll never leave you alone. Bloodborne is particularly more annoying with its enemies, honestly, because it has some really, really, really annoying enemies. And it's got some extremely annoying game mechanics too. I mean, I love this game to death, but still, I can point out that this game has annoying mechanics. You know? And I'm not losing all of my echoes to this guy. I'm just trying to kill him so I can kill those gunmen down there, so they don't just gun spam me. My main issue with the blood vial system is the fact that you have to earn or buy them back. I mean, I like that you don't get just infinite healing, don't get me wrong. That's fine with me, and having 20 to start with is pretty good. Like, that's pretty damn powerful by itself. But what nerfs it completely is the fact that you have to buy them or earn them. Like, wasn't it bad enough that you had to find the Estus shards to upgrade your Estus flask? And you usually have to use multiple to heal the full, because blood vials don't heal you that much. I mean, they heal you a decent amount, but still, they're not gonna get you to full, you know? Throw it. I'm trying to get that guy's attention, so he'll come over here, away from those away from those scurrying beasts, I think they're called. So that way they won't be scared off while I'm fighting him, and I can kill him. I need to get my parry timing down. Okay, I don't know how that wasn't parried, but alright, game. Sometimes the parry timing in this game is just stupid. Like, I'll shoot someone at the exact same time that I shot them before, and they won't die, or won't get parried, I mean. And then, the next time, they'll get parried. It's crazy. But hey, these scurrying beasts are gonna give me some twin bloodstone shards to upgrade my weapon a whole bunch. So that's useful. And by useful, I mean extremely valuable. This is where you go to get to the Nightmare Frontier, by the way. It's locked, isn't it? Yeah, it's... or not locked even, it's closed. There's no amygdala there. I wonder if it's possible to have enough health to survive them picking you up and crushing you. Is it? I mean, probably. I'm gonna use this, because I'm returning to the Hunter's Dream to level up. This episode hasn't been very eventful yet, but, you know, it's kind of what happens when you don't really know what to do. Because you don't remember, and the game ramps up super fast. If I'm, like, literally, I am not sure if my memory is serving me correctly, but I think that the game ramps up extremely quickly. I don't remember. I really don't. But yeah, health is kind of by the wayside. Until stamina's at level 40, because I need to be able to dodge and attack a whole bunch of attacks. I need to be able to dodge in and out of their attacks, and then have enough stamina left over to do mine. You know, like, it's kind of like that. It's like that. Maybe if I hurried up, I could try and get to Canehurst. And by try and get to Canehurst, I mean go get the Canehurst summons and then come back to it later. Or go unlock it or something, I don't know. But I think I'll just go to that place and then do nothing there. I'm gonna go upgrade my weapon first before leveling up at the doll. Because I need these echoes to... Oh. Of course I'm one short. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. 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 Yay. Ah, and I can buy bolt paper from this guy now. That's great. Thank you. I used all my insight to buy bolt paper. Which is just fine. You can also buy bolt paper here with your echoes. But I'd rather just use my insight. I could buy 51 blood vials. I mean, that could be nice, but that's a lot of echoes going into just blood vials. And that's a lot of echoes going into just 2 levels of stamina as well. I probably should have bought all the blood vials, honestly. I probably should have just bought blood vials. But it's fine. Cathedral Ward is where we want to go. I can't remember if Upper Cathedral Ward, if I have the key that lets me get to the deeper place. I don't think I do. I don't know if it's even open. I know the Upper Cathedral Ward is open, but, like, why would I go there right now? I kind of want to make my way to the DLC area, like, right now, so I can get some extra stuff, some powerful blood gems, and, some, bloodstone shards, so I can have a much stronger weapon than I'm supposed to have. I also need to make my return to Yargul to go loot that place, or I can just return to it when I'm supposed to, or I can just return to it later. I'll just go back to it when I make my return to Yargul later in the game. Because all the items remain. I think. I'm pretty sure all the items should still be there. But if I'm remembering correctly, there is a door through this guy behind this giant here. Who I'm going to kill just for the fun of it. And for the blood vials. I'm not going to heal either. Oh yeah, there's this lady here. Once again, not going to heal just because, you know, oh hey, I can upgrade my weapon now. Nice. Be doing much bigger damage. Shining coins, those are worthless to me. Through here, you can talk to him, and this is where you give him the unopened Canehurst summons, so you can send him to Castle Canehurst, if you so desire. Yep, you gotta tell him, fear the old blood, and then you come through here. He's dead. Long since dead. Already dead, and he gives you Madman's knowledge, so interact with him. I'm just gonna heal once, because enemies here drop blood vials. At least a few of them will drop me some blood vials. We're gonna get through a little bit of the Forbidden Woods. Just a little bit. I mean, not too much, but not too little. We're probably gonna, like, get some looting done and then call it an episode or something. I don't know what I'm gonna do. We're definitely not gonna make it to the Shadows of Yharnam fight in this episode. And I say definitely not, what I really mean probably not, because Shadows of Yharnam, they're not too difficult for me. It's just the area that precedes them takes a lot of looting to get through. But yeah, this game ramps up pretty damn fast in the difficulty, because from the Cathedral Ward to the Forbidden Woods, the difficulty gets a lot higher. Especially since those snake men exist. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. The weird dudes with the snakes that come out of their head. Those guys are so freaky. And they're very difficult to fight, actually. So I'd recommend you just parry them when they're in their normal form, and then absolutely wail on them. Or wail on them in their normal form, and then when they're in snakehead form, if they even get to it, and then parry them and just finish them off. We might be able to open up the shortcuts. You know, I'm going to prepare for the Shadows of Yharnam, actually. We're going to prepare for them. Because I know this game doesn't have too many boss fights. Like, there's actually not that many at all. Oops. But I guess in return for not having too many boss fights, pretty much every single one of them is quality. Like, really the only very sucky boss fight is the Living Failures and the Celestial Emissary. But Living Failures is sucky because, you know, they're literally failures that are alive. It's in the name, Living Failures. They aren't meant to be alive, so I guess lore-wise it works. And then the Celestial Emissary has no excuse, lore or not, it's just pathetic. But it is the gatekeeper for Ebrietas, Daughter of the Cosmos, who is without a doubt one of the finest boss fights this game has to offer. We'll probably get into the DLC seriously post Ebrietas. Or, you know what? We'll get into the DLC seriously post 1 Reborn. That's when I'll go there and give it an actual attempt. Like, we may pop in, pay to visit, gather some items, and then go. But the genuine, serious attempt will be after the 1 Reborn. Because I feel I'll be at a comfortable enough level then. I'll be at a comfortable enough level that I'll be able to confidently take on what the DLC has to throw at me. because the DLC is going to have our send-off boss of the Orphan of of the Orphan of Kos. Though I do have to look up if the game lets you lets you play after killing Gehrman. That's not in New Game Plus. So let me look that up real quick. Okay, so actually Gehrman is going to have to be our send-off boss, because I always get Dark Souls and Bloodborne confused in the sense that you can't win and then continue playing. Once you kill Gehrman, it automatically sends you into New Game Plus, so that sucks. By the by, if you're having any trouble in Dark Souls or Bloodborne, well, Dark Souls specifically, just slap me a comment. Give me a comment down below and tell me what boss you're struggling with, because that is why I didn't end Dark Souls 3, why I didn't end that playthrough, like, send the character off on their ending, why Rumi didn't officially beat the game, and I didn't link the first fire, so that you guys could have me to help you, so I can go slap down. So if you need help with a specific boss, I can just go to their arena, put down my summon sign, and you guys can figure it out. You know? And then once I'm there, we'll fight the boss together. Even though I personally don't like fighting bosses with other people, if you need help, I mean, I'm not above helping people. I am perfectly fine helping people in games, you know? Like, I'll come help them whenever they need it. If only for the souls, because I might continue Rumi's adventure through Dark Souls 3. Actually, there's going to be a requirement for Rumi's adventure in certain games to continue. One, there has to be popular demand for another New Game Plus run, for another run through the game. And two, I have to get summoned at least 3 times per game. Bloodborne is the one exception because, you know, it works differently. Bloodborne, for Rumi's adventure to continue, which I don't know if I want to do multiple playthroughs of these games. Bloodborne is the only one that's probably going to get 2 playthroughs. But if you guys really want it, then I'll continue Rumi's adventure, and the legend will continue. In fact, that's what the first episode of Dark Souls 2 playthrough is going to be called, The Legend Continues. Because, as I've said, she is meant to be the same character every time. Hence why I give her white hair and everything. Also, talk to this guy and he'll give you the Tonsil Stone so you can go to the Nightmare Frontier. You get to the Nightmare Frontier in a similar way to getting to the Hunter's Nightmare, I think. I'm pretty sure that you have to be killed by the amygdala, whatever. It's either that or you stand on that weird bath thing in the middle, but I think it's you get killed by the amygdala. Oh, by the way, this is the place where I lost 1,000,000 souls. Isn't that fun? Good times here. Lost into these giants. Fun. Speaking of these giants, I'm probably going to kill, like, one, and then no more, because these guys are annoying, and they don't take much damage. So you know what, instead of going through the forest, the Forbidden Woods, I almost said the Forest of Sacrifices. They give a lot of echoes, though. But anyways, instead of going through the Forbidden Woods in the next episode, we'll actually be going through Castle Canehurst. Because you come through here to get to Canehurst. You come through here, you get to the deeper part of Yusefka's clinic, where you have to fight Yusefka. Because she doesn't want you coming in there deeper into the clinic because she has patients in there. And she's like, hey, these people will die if you come near them because you might get them sick. Please stay out. You can respect her wishes and leave, or if you want to go to Canehurst, which I do, because you know, Martyr Logarius, becoming a vile blood, all that good stuff is there, and all the items are there as well. Like, that's just a whole nother area. I'm not leaving behind an entire chunk of a game because, I don't know, morals. Now this is a bit of a poison swamp, because, you know, From Software and Poison Swamps go better together than peanut butter and jelly. Name me a more iconic duo. I'll wait. Looking ass. But at least it doesn't slow you down. Like I've said, that's literally the only reason I don't have a problem with that area. It does not slow you down to make sure you get poisoned or at all. It just doesn't slow you down, and that is perfectly fine with me. I'm fine with dealing with annoying enemies in poison, just as long as I'm not slowed so I can't run away from them. Because I don't like fighting enemies that are annoying, like those giants. And it's also mercifully small. That place is tiny. Anyway, we're gonna set up for Canehurst, and then I'm gonna end the episode. Like, we're literally just gonna go to Canehurst, and then episode will be over. And then we'll go through all of Canehurst in the next episode, and then return stronger. I just want to go to Canehurst because we'll get stronger going through there. And by we, I mean Rumiwell, my character. I'll be a lot stronger if I go through Canehurst before going through the Forbidden Woods, so I'll have an easier time throughout the rest of the game. Not really the rest of the game, but the section of the game we're in right now, as well as the DLC. Literally, I'm just doing this to make sure I can do things. So the game isn't ridiculously hard, because I skipped an area that had a ton of extra echoes for me to gather. And an entire boss fight. Because boss fights are kind of important for leveling your character. Like, killing enemies, like, if you kill enough, sure, you'll might scrape together enough echoes or souls, depending on what game you're playing, eventually to level up. But bosses and their souls in Dark Souls, as well as those little things you can crush, for example the souls or the cold blood dews in Bloodborne, they get you big souls and echoes as well. But basically, bosses are where it's at. So I'm not skipping a whole boss fight's worth of blood echoes for my morality. It's just making the game easier, as well as giving you access to one of the finer areas of the game. Honestly, Forbidden Woods is really the only place I genuinely don't like. Maybe Yargul. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Yargul. Oh yeah, or before going to Canehurst, we could go to the Nightmare Frontier. Or should we do that the other way around? We'll do it the other way around. We'll go to Canehurst first, and then the Nightmare Frontier. Because there's not much we can do in the Nightmare Frontier right now. But there's some stuff there. Also, that's the aliens. You get communion from there. What's communion do again? Let me go check it. Higher blood vial maximum. Yeah, sure, I'll replace the one that gets me more echoes for that. For visceral attacks. Because defense and more blood echoes straight up are more useful to me. More blood echoes for obvious reasons, as well as defense for obvious reasons. And as you can tell, I like doing visceral attacks, but still. But yeah, she's just a hunter fight. She's not too bad. She does do weird ass attacks like that, and she will try and throw those undead mists at you so that you can't heal. But just watch what she's doing and be careful. I would not recommend coming here as soon as I did, especially if you're newer to the game, because Yusefka will absolutely dominate you if you come here early on. And by early on, I mean like early on as a new player. She will destroy you. I know, because when I came here as a new player, I got my ass handed to me. It also helps to parry her, just like every other hunter. If you parry them, you're just opening them up. Just treat her like any other hunter. Any other hunter that does weird attacks. Also, she heals herself, so be wary of that. Oh my god, screw off, Yusefka. This is an intense fight for me. Oh my god, stop healing! With one blood vial, she just undoes all the damage I do, which is kinda unfair, honestly. And why I don't like healing factors in these games for my enemies, especially enemies that are so damn tanky, like this, and do a lot of damage with their attacks. Like, you can come here super early, like I did. Like, we're not that far into the game, and I just want the Canehurst summons from her. Not even from her clinic. But she decided I have to die because I want them. Oh god, it's this attack. I wanted to go in for the cheeky backstab, but no, I couldn't. Die, Yusefka. I'm not an oblivious fool. You also get a rune from her. I don't know what it does either. Visceral attacks restore quicksilver bullets, so yeah, that just literally encourages you to parry a whole bunch. What do I get from in this room? Is there nothing in here? Did I just kill her for no reason and waste all my blood vials? Well, that's annoying if I did. I think I might have just killed her for no reason, because I actually don't remember how to get the Canehurst summons. I know they're in here somewhere, but damn, I didn't want to murder her for them. If I didn't have to. I mean, if I didn't have to fight her, I wouldn't have. Yeah, no, I didn't have to fight her. Oh, I'm the bad guy here. Kill this guy and he'll give you Yusefka's blood vial. And then you get Canehurst summons from there. And then you can get the unopened Canehurst summons from Castle Canehurst itself. We're gonna return down here, and this is the first floor sick room. We're gonna go to the hunter stream, so that way I can restore my stuff, level up, and then go get ready for Canehurst. I'm gonna restore my blood vials, upgrade my weapon, level up, you know, the whole thing. I keep hitting that because I'm used to that being the open inventory. I keep hitting the button that opens the quick slot for instead of my actual inventory button, because in Dark Souls that's the open inventory button in every single game. So this one's just kind of different and it bothers me. Now you start needing bloodstone chunks, and then you need a bloodstone rock. Oh, we'll use this one then, it's stronger. Yeah, now my saw cleaver is gonna do big damage, big boy damage. Hello, doll. Welcome home, good hunter. I'll level up my strength a little bit too, why not?
Farewell.
And that's a decent amount of echoes left over to buy some more of the blood vials. I'm also going to sell a few things. I'm gonna sell all these shards now because they're not needed anymore. Any blood gems here that I don't need, get rid of them. Get rid of that, I guess. Now purchase as many blood vials as I can. 23, that works for me. That should keep us tided over for a while. And that's usually what I do with my spare blood echoes anyway. I just kind of buy blood vials with them. If I have echoes left over, I buy blood vials. I'm gonna sell that room for 10 extra echoes and use my madman's knowledge. Now we're gonna return to Hemwick Charnel Lane so we can go to Canehurst. And then, you know, prepare. Ludwig's Holy Blade. Not gonna be using that because I don't use big swords in this game. Dark Souls, though, it's a whole different story because that's a very different game. Anyway, test out my new my newly upgraded saw cleaver. 2 hits and they're down. I'm doing probably near the most amount of damage I can do at the moment. I don't actually remember where I can get bloodstone chunks, but I'm gonna look up. Actually, I'm gonna look up where I can get bloodstone chunks early, so I can have so I can have a very strong weapon. And then we'll go get the blood rock that I need to upgrade it even further later in the series. Spaghetti heads are gonna be here because I have insight, so that's annoying. Or not, I guess. I guess I don't have enough insight for them to show up. Yeah, I think I don't have enough insight for them to show up. Or maybe the game's just used to me not having enough insight and just isn't spawning them now. I don't know how it works. It's probably just that I don't have enough insight to spawn them. Anyways, once you return here to this place, that little thing right there in the middle, you gotta interact with that. And you will be taken to Castle Canehurst. I'm gonna kill these guys though for the blood vials, because blood vials are kind of very valuable to me. And I can also take out these big fat asses in one visceral attack. I think I'm pretty good to go to Canehurst. Like, I'm feeling strong. You don't even have to interact with it, you just walk up to it. I'm gonna skip the cutscene. The chariot arrives. Hop in. Or the carriage, I mean, sorry. Hop in your carriage and be taken away. Huh. Keep doing that annoying thing. So, apparently bloodstone chunks can actually be farmed from the gargoyle enemies around this place, or they can be bought with insight after the one reborn is killed. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to just wait until the one reborn is killed, which is perfect actually, because, you know, that's when we're going to go to the DLC as well. We're going to go to the DLC after the one reborn is killed, so at least I'll have a nearly, like, an almost as strong as I can get weapon. Yeah, these enemies are weird. And they also appear in, the DLC. But they're a lot bigger. Fatter. Because there's a lot more blood in their bellies. And they still pop, though, and cover you with blood. I might not actually be ready for this area. I don't think I'm meant to be here yet. So we might actually have to return here later, which is annoying. I do admit, since I did say I wanted to come here, and I promised we'd do it in the next episode, but I don't actually think I'm supposed to be here yet, because of how little damage I'm doing to these guys, and how much damage they're doing to me. Yeah, I think I'm not meant to be here just yet. Either that, or I did something wrong. So, instead of this being what we do next, we're gonna have to go through the Forbidden Woods, kill the Shadows of Yharnam, go through Bragenworth, kill Rom, and then take down Yargul. That's what we'll do. Martyr Logarius will actually be our last stop in the road before the DLC. He'll be the last little test, you could say, to make sure we're ready. His castle and him will be the official Bloodborne damage test, where we'll see if Rumi here swings her weapon hard enough to actually hurt him at a reasonable rate. Don't worry though, we won't be coming back here like super late game to just curb stomp him, because that's what I did on my first playthrough, because I didn't know about Canehurst, and then I looked up how to get here and I was already almost done with the game. So I came back here and absolutely decimated Martyr Logarius. So that was a fun experience.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it? Very well.
Can't even level up. I'm just gonna use these extra echoes to buy some blood vials then, if I can't level up. 24 more vials, that's good. But yeah, looks like we're gonna have to go through the Forbidden Woods, which I really don't want to do. Like, I hate the Forbidden Woods. Forbidden Woods is one of my least favorite areas. But it's what we gotta do to progress, so we'll do it. We're just gonna roam around here for a little bit. You can customize your little watchers, which are the little goopy dudes, in the dream. You gotta go into like a little area around here. I don't know where it is, because I don't care. I know it's somewhere around here though. Or it could not be open because I don't have any customization items for them. Who knows, who cares. Anyways, point is, this episode's ending here. God damn, her eyes are so red. But the plan for the next episode is Forbidden Woods and Bragenworth in one episode. Hopefully one episode. Then take down the one reborn, buy a bunch of bloodstone chunks to upgrade my weapon, come back to Castle Canehurst to take out Logarius and everything there, and then continue on to the DLC to set everything up there, get to Kos, and then not fight him until later. Same thing with Lawrence, the first vicar. I'm not dealing with those bosses right now. I'll wait till just before fighting Gehrman before coming back to them. And then after Yargu will make my way to the Nightmare Frontier, and then after the Nightmare Frontier, uh, actually after the Nightmare Frontier we'll be pretty close to beating the game. After the Nightmare Frontier we'll probably have to make the return to battle Koss and Lawrence, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Then I'll have to go through all the Chalice dungeon stuff. Look all that up, or maybe not. You know what? I'm not doing that. I am not doing Chalice dungeon stuff. It's just too much work. I know I said I'd do it, and I'm sorry that I'm not doing it. But I don't think you guys understand how just genuinely how much work it is to do all that. And I think you actually need to be on New Game Plus to do that, so I'm not doing it right now. But tell you what, I will release a standalone video of me going through the final Chalice dungeon. Sound good? Alright, good. See you later then.